हेलो हेलो फ्रेंड्स, तो वेलकम टू माय चैनल। तो जैसे कि आप लोग जानते हो कि SSC CGL 2026 का एग्ज़ाम सिर्फ 2 महीने रह गया है। तो अभी कंसिस्टेंस है कि पढ़ाई अगर नहीं किया तो बाद में रिपीट होगा। तो चलिए पढ़ाई करते हैं। आज हम लोग जीके का स्ट्रेटेजी और कैसे पढ़ेंगे ये देखेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो आपके पास यदि lucent का ये जीके बुक है तो बढ़िया, और यदि नहीं है तो फ्लिपकार्ट से ऑर्डर कर लीजिएगा, ऑनलाइन से ऑर्डर कर लीजिएगा। या फिर नहीं है तो अदर बुक्स है तो उसमें भी काम चल जाएगा। और यदि तब भी नहीं है तो मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में जो सोर्स यूज़ किया है उसका लिंक दे दिया है। तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में PDF लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में देखिए, सब कुछ मिल जाएगा। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। हम लोग पहले जीके का, बाद में अदर सब्जेक्ट का भी करेंगे। तो सिर्फ 2 महीने रह गए हैं। 2 महीने में हम लोग जीके का सब कुछ कवर नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो जितना हो सके हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटी, जियोग्राफी, ये तीनों सब्जेक्ट तो करेंगे ही, बाद में जितना हो सकेगा उतना करेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो PDF में जो है तो कंटेंट्स में इंडियन हिस्ट्री में तीन भाग है: एंशिएंट इंडिया, मेडिएवल इंडिया, मॉडर्न इंडिया। तो मैं एंशिएंट इंडिया को 7 डेज में कैसे कंप्लीट करेंगे हम लोग। 50 पेज है एंशिएंट इंडिया में, 50 पेज है। तो 50 को 7 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 7 पेज पर डे। तो 7 पेज में एक दिन में 7 पेज। तो कैसे पढ़ेंगे? तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहले हम लोग lucent जीके को रीडिंग पढ़ेंगे। रीडिंग में तो 50% या 40% समझ में आएगा। बाद में हम लोग वीडियो से सर का क्लास लेंगे, देन मॉक टेस्ट देंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं रीडिंग। Introduction. What is history? The study of the past is called history. The English word history is derived from the GK word historica, meaning research, inquiry, or investigation. The Greek historian Herodotus, 484 BC to 525 BC, was the first real historian of the world. He wrote only one book, the Histories 430 BC. The Histories describes the background and event of the Greece, Persian, Greek, Iranian wars. It was the Roman philosopher Cy- Cyrus 106 BC to 43 BC, who first of all called Herodotus the father of history. The German historian Leopold von Ranke 1795 to 1886 AD is known as the father of modern history. According to the Ranke, the task of a historian is to describe the past as it actually was. German word "what is the past" actually was. English translate actually was a German philosopher and propounder of thesis of antithesis, synthesis, history, theory, Hegel, 1717 to 1831 AD, once said history repeats itself. Later on, German economist and philosopher Karl Marx, 1818 to 1883 AD, extend the line. History repeats itself, first as strategy, second as first. According to British historian P. H. Carr, 1892 to 1982 AD, history is a continuous process of interaction between the historian and his facts, an unending dialogue between the present and the past. इसके बाद a system of dating BC and AD. BC is the acronym of before Christ. This is an English phrase meaning before the birth of Jesus Christ. So the years before the birth of Jesus Christ is known as before Christ, and it is denoted as BCE in short. Gautam Buddha was born in 563 BC and died in 483 BC. Alexander the Great was born in 356 BC and died in 323 BC. AD. AD is the acronym of anatomy. This is a Latin phrase meaning in the year of the Lord Jesus Christ. So the year beginning with the birth of Jesus Christ is known as Anno Domini, and it is denoted as AD in short. Jesus Christ was crucified in 30 AD. Krishna ruler Kanishka ascended the throne in 78 AD. Hazrat Muhammad was born in 570 AD and died in 632 BC. From the above mentioned timeline, it is clear that the years before the birth of Christ are counted backward, which 500 BC, 5 BC, 4 BC, 3 BC, 2 BC, 1 BC. The meaning of 1 year before first BC is 2 BC, and the meaning of 1 year before 2 BC is 3 BC. The meaning of 1 year before 3 BC is 4 BC. The meaning of 1 year before 4 BC is 5 BC. In other words, first to the year of 5 BC passed, after the 4 BC came, after the 3 BC came, after the 2 BC, and lastly 1 BC appeared in the mathematical language. It is like backward counting. 10,99,098 and so on. Now, if anyone raise a question that which year is the first one and which year is the last one in 500 BC and in 2000 BC, then right answer will be 2000 BC is the first one and 500 BC is the last one. It means firstly 2000 BC passed and after the 500 BC appeared. From the above mentioned timeline, it is also clear that the year after the birth of Jesus Christ are counted forward. It implies that the meaning of 1 year after 1 AD is 2 AD, 1 year after 2 AD is 3 AD, 1 year after 3 AD is 4 AD, 1 year after 4 AD is 5 AD. In the mathematical language, it is like forward continuing 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now, if anyone raises a question that which year is the first one and which year is the last one in 500 AD and 2000 AD, then the right answer will be 500 AD is the first one and 2000 AD is the last one. It means firstly the year 500 AD passed and after that 2000 AD appeared. The time glossary relating to time is known as time glossary. Some important terms associated with the time are decade, the period of 10 years, quarter of a century, one fourth quarter, 25 years of a century, first half of a century, first 50 years of a century, the period from past years to fifth years, second half of a century, last fifth years of a century, the period from 51st years to 100 years, century, the period of 100 years, millennium, the period of 1000 years, kirka, if the exact date is not known, then the word Kirka is used with the date. In short, Kirka is denoted as CA or C. Example C 100 1500 BC to 600 BC. The Vedic culture period means that the exact date of Vedic culture period is not known, but its circa 1500 BC to 600 BC is somewhere close to that. First decade of 20th century AD means the period from 1901 AD to 1910 AD. Fifth decade of 20th century AD means the period from 1941 AD to 1950 AD. Eight, eight, eight decade of 20th century AD means the period from 1971 AD to 1980 AD. The last decade of 20th century AD means the AD from 1991 AD to 2000 AD. First quarter of 20th century AD means the period from 91st AD to 25th AD. Fourth or last quarter of 20th century AD means the period from 1975 AD to 2000 AD. The first half of 20th century AD means from 1901 AD to 1950 AD. Second half of 20th century AD means from 1951 AD to 2000 AD. 6th century BC means 600 BC to 501 BC. 4th century BC means 400 BC to 301 BC. 16th century AD means 1501 AD to 1600 AD. 20th century AD means 1901 AD to 2000 AD. Second millennium BC, 2000 BC to 1001 BC. First millennium BC means 1000 BC to 1 BC. First millennium AD means 1 AD to 1000 AD. Second millennium AD to AD means 1001 AD to 2000 AD. Is both important eras. Names of era came from remarks Kali era 3102 or 13101 BC. Remarks begins 20 years after the end of Mahabharata, where Saptashi Laukika era from 1377 or 1376 BC started after the expiry of 25 Kali year. Vikrama or Kirta or Malawa, 58 by 57 BC, commenced by Vikramaditya, the local king of to journey Malawa to commemorate the victory over the Shaka Shaka era, 78 AD, um, commenced by Kushan ruler Kanishka on the occasion of his ascendance to the throne. Shaka era is known as Salibhahana Shaka Shakalda in South India. Government of India adopted Shaka era along with the Gre- Gregorian calendar, Julian calendar, Christian calendar as national calendar on 22 March 1957, first Chaitra 1879 शाखा। इसके बाद कालचुरी era 248 AD, founded by Abhir King Ishwar Sen, later on used by Tarikutaka ruler and Kalchuris of Chedi Gupta era 319 to 20 AD, founded by Gupta ruler Chandragupta I on the occasion of his accession to the throne. After the fall of the Guptas, the Maitrakas of Bhalabhi used this era with a new name, Bhalabhi Shambhata. The beginning of Gupta era was fixed by J.F. Fleet in 1887 AD. इसके बाद हर्ष era 606 AD, founded by Harshavardhana of Kannauj to propose his ascendance to the throne. इसके बाद Hijri era 622 AD, founded by Umar the second Caliph of Khilafat Empire to commemorate the Hijrat from Makkah to Medina by Hazrat Muhammad. इसके बाद Kolam 825 AD, an era this is used in Malabar, Kerala. इसके बाद नेवारी व Nepali 879 AD, founded by Jayado Mal. इसके बाद चालुक्य विक्रमा 1076 AD, founded by Vikramaditya IV, the Chalukya ruler of Kalani, on the occasion of his ascendance to the throne. इसके बाद Lakshmana era 1119 AD, founded by Sen ruler of Bengal Lakshmana Sen. इसके बाद Lahi era 1556 AD, founded by Mughal ruler Akbar in 1584 AD, but in 1658 AD औरंगजेब abolished the use of लाही era। इसके बाद राज शाखा 1674 AD founded by Maratha Chhatrapati Shivaji to pronounce his ascendance to the throne। Note: development sequence of the Julian calendar introduced in 46 BC by Roman king Julius Caesar। Christian calendar introduced in 527 AD by monarch Dionysius Exiguus। Described Gregorian calendar introduced in 1582 AD by Roman Pope Gregory 13। Georgian calendar is modified from the Christian calendar, and Christian calendar is modified from the Julian calendar are loosely synonymous to the eras, except Vikram Shaka and Hijri era are either vanished in course of time or is still in use in specific regions। National calendar Shaka Samabardha is used in some government sectors customarily officially, whereas Georgian calendar is used everywhere practically। Conversion of era with the help of above-mentioned table, any era can be converted into the era conversion of AD of Christian Vikram era for conversion of AD era in Vikram era 76 is added to convert 2013 AD into Vikram era AD 2013 plus 57 Vikram equal to 2017 conversion of Vikram era into AD era। To find AD era from Vikrama era, 57 is subtracted from Vikram era। Example: converted 2070 Vikrama era into AD। Vikrama era 2070 minus 57 2000 equal to 2013। Conversion of AD era into Shaka era. To get Shaka era from AD era, 78 is subtracted from AD. Convert 2013 AD into Shaka era. AD 2013 minus 78 equal to 1953। इसके बाद ये सब इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है। इसके बाद आ जाते हैं पीरियड्स। Biparty division. History is generally divided into two periods, prehistoric and historic. The period that has no written evidence is called prehistoric period, and the period that has written evidence is known as historic period। In other words, the period before the beginning of writing is called prehistoric period, and the period after the beginning of writing is known as historic period. The time period of prehistoric period is accepted as uh, 30 lakh BC to 600 BC, and the time period of historic period as 600 BC to till date. Three-party division. Three-party division of history is more prevalent in practice. According to this, history is divided into three periods: prehistoric, protohistoric, and historic. इसके बाद name of period, time period, definition and example. Name of period: prehistoric period, 30 lakh BC to 2500 BC, the period for which no written evidence is available. Example: lithic stone age period. उसके बाद proto-historic period, 2500 BC to 600 BC, the period for which written evidence is available, but either their script used in the documents has not been deciphered, or their written documents have not been confirmed with archaeological evidences. Example: Indus civilization and Vedic civilization. In the case of Indus civilization, we have not yet been able to decipher their script, and in the case of Vedic culture, we have not sufficient archaeological evidence to confirm written evidence of that period. इसके बाद historic period 600 BC till date. The period for which written evidence is available. Example: Mahajanapata period to till date. इसके बाद chronology. German historian Christopher Cilius, 1638 to 1707 AD, was the first historian who gave us three-party division of history. He divided history into three periods: ancient, medieval, and modern history. After him, this three-party division became a standard model for history writing or reading. For convenience to study, Indian history is divided into four periods: ancient India, medieval India, modern India, postmodern India. Ancient India, the beginning 647 AD, from lithic stone period to death of Harsha. इसके बाद medieval India 647 to 1757, from death of Harsha to battle of Pulaski. इसके बाद modern India 1757 to 1990, from the battle of Pulaski to globalization. Postmodern India 1991 to till death, from globalization to till death. इसके बाद आते हैं ancient India, the beginning 647 AD, prehistoric period 30 lakh BC to 600 BC, Indus civilization 2500 BC to 1750 BC, Vedic culture 1500 BC to 600 BC, Mahajanapada period 600 BC to 322 BC, Maurya period 322 BC to 185 BC post Maurya or pre-Gupta period 185 BC to 319 AD. Gupta period 319 AD to 550 AD. इसके बाद पोस्ट गुप्त पीरियड और Vardhana period, Vardhana dynasty of 550 AD to 647 AD. इसके बाद नोट दिया है on the basis of tools. Prehistoric period is divided into three sub periods: Lithic stone period, copper period, and iron period. Medieval period 647 to 1757. Early medieval period 647 to 1206. Sultanate period 1206 to 1526. Mughal period 1526 to 1707. उसके बाद मॉडर्न पीरियड 1757 to 1990. Stage of British colonization. First phase, second phase, third phase. First phase, the mercantile phase, 1757 to 1831. Monopoly of trade and direct appropriation of revenue. Second phase, the industries phase, 1813 to 1858. Period of largest fair free trade. Third phase, the financial phase, 1860 to 1947. Finance imperialism. Period of British capital investment in India. British policy towards native states of India. French policy 1757 to 1830. Subordinate isolation policy 1813 to 1858. उसके बाद subordinate union policy 1858 to 1935. Equal federation policy 1953 to 1947. उसके बाद national movement. First phase of Congress, second phase of Congress, third phase of Congress. First phase of Congress 1885 to 1905. Moderate phase. Second phase of Congress 1905 to 1917. Extreme phase. Third phase of Congress 1917 to 1947. Gandhian era. इसके बाद आते हैं Ancient India में Ancient India historical source and the source that give information about the event of past time are known as historical source. There are two types of historical sources: literacy source and archaeological source. Compared to literacy source, archaeological sources are believed to be more reliable because it is almost impossible to change them. That's why, as historical evidence, the archaeological source take precedence over the literacy source. The archaeological sources are more important to the study of ancient India. Literary source. Literary sources are divided into two categories: indigenous and foreign. Indigenous sources are divided into two categories: religious and secular. Under religious text, Brahmanic, Hindu text, Buddhist text, Jain text are included. Under secular text, historical text, semi-historical text, biographical text, etc. are included. Brahmanic text, Hindu. Under Brahmanic Hindu text, Shruti and Smriti text are included. Shruti text, Samritas of Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyaks, and Upanishads. Number two, Smriti text, Vedangas and Sutras, Smritis, epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata are Puranas. There are four Smritis or Vedas: Rigved, Yajurved, Samved and Atharvaved. इसके बाद आता है Smriti Veda, composing time, composing reason. Rig Veda, composing time 1500 BC to 1000 BC. Region Sapta Sindh region, Yajur, Sam and Atharva Veda, 1100 BC to 600 BC. Kuru Panchala region. इसके बाद Vedas through more light or religious, social and economic life and less right and political life of the Aryans, and from point of view of history, Rigved and Atharvaved are more important than Yajurved and Samved. The composing time of Brahmanas is 1000 BC to 600 BC. Shatab Brahmana throws light on Gadha, Shailya, Kekaya, etc. the northwest region, and Kuru, Panchal, Koshala, Videha, state of east region of India. The composing time of Aranyaks is 1000 BC to 600 BC. The historical importance of Aranyaks is negligible. The composing time of Upanishad is 1000 BC to 500 BC. Is para the spiritual learning. The aim of life is meaning the individual source into world soul, which is known as Paravidya. The combined study of Brahmanas and Upanishads provides historical information from King Parikshit to King Bimbisar. The composing time of Vedangas in 600 BC to 200 AD. The Vedangas throw light on ancient Indian history, civilization and culture. The composing time of Smritis is 600 BC to 600 AD. The Smritis provides the knowledge of social organizations, their theories, customs, kings' rights and duties, kings' relation with their subject, etc. The composing time of epic Ramayana and Mahabharata is 400 BC to 400 AD. Ramayana Valmiki through light on political, social, and religious conditions of India at that time. This book provides information about the origin and development of Janapadas. Besides this it mentions Evanas, Greeks, and Shakas, Scythians. The Mahabharata based through light on political, social, and religious conditions of India of that time. It is the extensive from of Mahabharata, where which is fought around 950 BC between the uh, Kauravas and Pandavas. The Mahabharata claims beyond Bharati, Tan Bharati, example which is not in Mahabharata, that is not found in Bharata. India, Giri, Giri in Braja, the capital of Magad, mentioned in it. The Mahabharata informs one inform us that the Panchala state was in existence from the time of Mahabharata. Besides this, is mentions Hans along with Yavanas and Shakas. The comparison time of Puranas is 400 BC to 400 AD. The Puranas throw light on the history of India from very beginning to Gupta period. Generally, Puranas have five segments: Sharga, creation of universe; Pratigrasha, recreation; um, Vamsha, genealogy of the gods; and the Shagas, the Manvantara epochs of Manu; and Vanshan O Charitam narratives of ancient dynasties in which only Vanshanu Charitam is important from point of view of history. Unfortunately, mm, Vanshanu Charitam are not found in every Puranas. The only Puranas that have Vanshanu Charitam are Matsya, Bhagavata, Vishnu, Vayu, Brahma, Vaishya, and Kuru, Puran, Kurupuran. Thus, has generally of Purana, uh, Ikshaku, and Brahadra dynastics, but its date is not definite. इसके बाद आता है बुद्धिस्ट टेक्स्ट, उसके बाद जैन टेक्स्ट, हिस्टोरिकल टेक्स्ट, सेमी हिस्टोरिकल टेक्स्ट, बायोलॉजी एंड बायोग्राफिकल टेक्स्ट। इसके बाद आता है कोर्ट पोएट एंड देयर पैट्रन किंग्स। इसके बाद फॉरेन सोर्सेस, indigenous sources can be supplemented by foreign sources. The writings of foreign travelers and chroniclers provide valuable source of ancient India. Historians of this, some visited India and some others who never visited India, like Herodotus, Cassius, Pliny, and Justin, Shihab, and Dinu Mari, but based their accounts on information received from the different sources. इसके बाद आता है ग्रीक राइटर्स। इसके बाद इतना ज़रूरी नहीं है। इसके बाद चलो मॉक देते हैं। होगा। इसके बाद मैं कहाँ से गए, इसके बाद तो रितु सर का वीडियो प्लेलिस्ट से पढ़ सकते हैं। टोटल 66 वीडियो है प्लेलिस्ट में। और फर्स्ट क्लास इज इंट्रोडक्शन इन एंशिएंट इंडिया हिस्टोरिकल सोर्स इन हिंदी। आप चाहे तो वीडियो से भी पढ़ सकते हैं। तो इसके बाद चलो मॉक देते हैं। मॉक कहाँ से देंगे, गगन सर का। पहले तो टेस्ट रैंकिंग ऐप था, आप नाम चेंज कर दिए हैं कि द वे ऑफ सिलेक्शन हो गया है सर। इस वेबसाइट का इंटरफेस कुछ ऐसा देखेगा। थोड़ा सा नीचे आने के बाद प्री टेस्ट, इस पर क्लिक करते हैं। इसके बाद देख सकते हो सबसे बड़ा फ्री क्वेश्चन बैंक, 10,000 प्लस चैप्टर वाइज टेस्ट। हम जीके का देखते हैं। जीके स्पेशल बूस्टर, इस पर क्लिक करते हैं। क्लिक करने के बाद हिस्ट्री कहाँ है, एंशियंट हिस्ट्री, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री। एंशियंट हिस्ट्री में फर्स्ट मैं पहले दे चुका हूँ। अब इसको देते हैं, री अटेम्प्ट करते हैं। स्टोनेज कन्फर्म इसके बाद करना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट सेलेक्ट लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश। इसके बाद स्टेप टेस्ट। इसके बाद व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग, थोड़ा सा सामने व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग metals was firstly used by men। अभी हम लोग ये नहीं पढ़े हैं तो हमको नहीं आता होगा। नेक्स्ट, which of the following is a heritage site of मध्य प्रदेश। इसका भी पढ़ना है। मिथलिक साइट is not in which of the following places in which will you find the cave architecture of the prehistoric times। नहीं पढ़े हैं हम लोग। सब नेक्स्ट ए and is from the Unity group। आगे की क्लास में पढ़ेंगे, नहीं आता होगा। आप लोग ये वेबसाइट में जाके मॉक टेस्ट दे सकते हो। तो इसके बाद से सबमिट टेस्ट करते हैं। अभी तक सबमिट टेस्ट इसको जीरो। अभी तक सिलेबस कंप्लीट नहीं किया है तो कैसे होगा। व्यू सॉल्यूशन, यहाँ पर व्यू सॉल्यूशन देख सकते हो। जैसे कि व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग मेटेरियल्स वाज फर्स्ट यूज्ड बाय मैन। इसका राइट आंसर होगा चॉपर। इसमें एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया हुआ है। द फर्स्ट मेटेरियल यूज्ड बाय ह्यूमन वाज चॉपर and dating back to around 9000 BCE. Copper was found in its pure form in nature of could be easily melted and shaped into tools. It was used during the prehistoric period to make weapons, armaments, and utensils after copper. Human begin using bones, copper plus steel, equal to bones, making the beginning of the Bronze Age. इसके बाद एक्स्ट्रा फैक्ट दिया हुआ है copper's significance is evidence in ancient civilization like Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Indus Valley. The Indus Valley civilization, 2600 to 1900 BCE, had copper tools, copper statues, and Jubilee. Additionally, evidence of ancient copper mines has been found in Khetri, Rajasthan. इसके बाद expected question for upcoming exams. Gold. Gold answer is gold used later than copper, mainly for ornaments around 400 BCE. Silver used after copper and gold, mainly from decoration and coins. Bronze Age. Oli of copper and tin, 3300 to 1200